Asheville is one of the most searched relocation destinations in America. And most people moving here are making the same costly mistakes. I got a call last week from a family relocating from Miami. They had no idea what they were walking into. I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen to you. If you've been thinking about moving to Asheville, you've probably already watched some videos and about our breweries, our food scene, our waterfalls, and all of that is real. Asheville is genuinely one of the most remarkable places to live in America. But what I want to give you today is the honest, practical, no fluff guide to what it actually is like to live here in 2026. The costs, the neighborhoods, the commutes, the things the travel blogs don't tell you. Because I live here, I work here, and I help people just like you make this move every single week. Let's start with why. The top feeder markets sending buyers to Asheville right now are Atlanta, Miami, and Washington, D.C. And when I talk to these buyers, I hear the same things over and over. Cost of living compared to where they're coming from, even at $465,000 medium, Asheville is a fraction of the cost of DC or Miami prices. The outdoor lifestyle, the Blue Ridge Parkway, Pisgah National Forest, just named to USA Today's 2026 Restaurants of the Year nationally. Forbes named Asheville one of the top tourist destinations in the world. And we have many restaurants here in town also that were recently awarded the Beard Award. The healthcare, Mission Hospital, Advent Health, Novant Health. Let me walk you through the major areas, North Carolina lifestyle, but need a more accessible price point. Hendersonville's downtown has been beautifully revitalized. Fletcher is growing as an affordable commuter suburb. And with Borg Warner $73 million expansion, the local economy is strengthening. Just east of Asheville on I-40 sits Black Mountain, a jewel of a small town with thriving arts community, hiking access from your front door, and a truly charming walkable downtown. Home prices are lower than Asheville proper, and it's a 20-minute commute. One of my most consistently recommended communities for buyers who want character and value. The land of waterfalls. Brevard is a college town with a small town feel. Incredible access to Pisgah National Forest and DuPont State Forest, and a passionate arts community. Great for outdoor enthusiasts, retirees, and remote workers. Let me walk you through the major areas so you can figure out where you'd fit. Downtown is the cultural heart, walkable, vibrant, filled with galleries, restaurants, and live music 7 nights a week. Montford is an adjacent historic neighborhood with Victorian homes, tree-lined streets, and extraordinary character. Expect to pay a premium. You're buying into the most in-demand zip codes we have. West Asheville is the hip, creative neighborhood. Independent restaurants, art studios, and Haywood Road corridor. This is where Asheville's young professionals and artists have built community. A great option for buyers who want that authentic Asheville culture at slightly lower prices than downtown. South Asheville is the most suburban area. Great schools, proximity to Biltmore Estate, and the North Carolina Arboretum. Excellent retail along Hendersonville Road. The Cliffs at Walnut Cove, the Ramble at Biltmore Forest, and Biltmore Lake offer private club amenities and stunning settings. And Novant Health's new Biltmore Park medical campus will further anchor this corridor. Let's talk real numbers because I know this is what you're really here for. In the 400,000 to 500,000 range in Asheville City proper, a three-bedroom, two-bath home in an established neighborhood, likely 1,400 to 1,800 square feet, possibly needing some updates. In Hendersonville, a newer three to four bedroom home with a garage, potentially with mountain views. In Weaverville or Black Mountain, a well-maintained three to four bedroom with a yard and a great community feel. In Haywood County, a quality home with mountain views and acreage possibilities. The 600,000 to 800,000 range. In Asheville, a renovated craftsman bungalow in West Asheville, or a newer construction home in South Asheville. In luxury communities, entry-level membership at communities like Biltmore Lake or South Cliff. Buncombe County median is $465,000 as of January 2026, and the sale to list ratio is 91.5%. Buyers negotiating 8 to 9% below asking. That's real money. That's leverage buyers haven't had since 2019. Asheville is more expensive than the North Carolina average, but significantly more affordable than Atlanta, Miami, DC, or any coastal metro. North Carolina has no inheritance tax, relatively favorable income tax, and Asheville specifically has a vibrant local economy that keeps generating new opportunities. I want to give you the real talk that most real estate videos skip. In September 2024, Hurricane Helene devastated parts of western North Carolina. The recovery has been extraordinary. The River Arts District is 90% reopened. Tourism is at 85% of pre-storm levels, and the community has shown remarkable resilience. But flood zones, elevation, and drainage are now top of mind for every buyer. I always walk clients through flood zone mapping and resiliency considerations. It's part of what I do. Asheville's road infrastructure has not kept pace with growth. The I-26 connector will help long term, but right now, Merriman Avenue, Hendersonville Road, and I-240 can get genuinely congested during rush hour. Know where you're working and commuting before you choose your neighborhood. Post-Helene, about 40% of Asheville's short-term rental inventory has shifted to long-term or owner-occupied. If you're buying with STR income in mind, understand that regulations and market dynamics have changed. Western North Carolina gets real weather, including snow and ice events that can make mountain roads impassable. Four-wheel or all-wheel drive is strongly recommended. bottom line, Asheville in 2026 is one of the most compelling relocation destinations in America. The community is rebuilding stronger. The infrastructure is being upgraded. The economy is diversifying. And the quality of life, the mountains, the food, the arts, the people is second to none. If you're seriously considering a move to Western North Carolina, I would love to be your guide. Subscribe for weekly updates. Drop your questions in the comments. Please check the link below for further information. And I'll see you next week. I'm O'Neill Scott, your Asheville Connection.